Founder of Calla Property, I mean, obviously you know what it takes to set up to be a successful property investor, and you say gender does play a part. Why is that?
It does. I think that there's a much greater awareness of the discrepancy between men and women's finances now. There's a 15.3% wage gap in Australia. It would take the average Australian woman another 12 years to have the same superannuation balance as her male counterpart. So I think, that's driven a lot more women to take control of their finances sooner. And I think also with home investment being out of reach for so many people, the concept of rent vesting is on the rise, where people are renting where they want to live and investing elsewhere. 47% of the Australian property market now are women investors. So I think that's really the basis of it. Yeah.
Now, I'm just sticking up for all the males out there, so at risk of alienating half of the audience, I'm really interested to, if you can run through the 5 reasons why you think women make better long-term investors, and I think you say the first one is the homework.
Yeah, I think women do a lot of research before they make a decision, especially with something that's so big and often so new. Women have often been excluded from this conversation. Their mothers probably didn't invest. Probably their fathers didn't either, but if their fathers did, they probably didn't talk to their daughters so much about that as their sons. So this is a new thing, and along with that, one of the other top 5 is collaboration, and I think that women talk to other women and talk to other experts about what it takes to invest and what they should be looking at.
And so interesting, another point you make too is about risk, that women are willing to take on less risk and less returns as a result.
But a longer view, and I think that's really what makes a good property investor regardless of gender. I think that what drives that is that women are looking for financial security in retirement, whereas men are much more interested in replacing their income and retiring sooner. Okay, so there's a different kind of impetus when women start to invest in property, and I think it's just the reality of having children. They're looking at working for as long as they need to support their children, and we're also the first generation that are getting squeezed from both ends. Right, we've got aging parents, we've got younger families, we get married older, so all of these factors contribute to women making different decisions for their lives.
Well, look, I grew up in the house where, my dad probably made the decisions, but mum was the one who kept all the bills, knew all the amounts, kept all the accounting. She really was doing so many things. You mentioned also that, I'm watching my wording here, that women aren't scared of long-term commitments either.
Yeah, and that's really about having a long-term play. So they would rather invest in a good, safe, solid portfolio that will see them through to the long term than go for quick returns and quick rich schemes. If you look at mining investment, so male and female proportions of investors in mining towns, men are well overrepresented in those cases, and they're much riskier.